There you go.
All right, so we're gonna call the meeting to order.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have updates to the agenda. We are adding a ball field discussion,
No,
FEMA update, unassigned balance fund account.
And a
Information
cemetery
and
request.
cemetery.
Well, did you have another one besides cemetery?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to move on to public comment. Do any of the callers have public comment? Because we don't have public in the room. Okay, so next up is the water bond vote. So
And
in
you
your packets,
In your packet, on really big paper, you should have,
Mhm.
you should have the voter information sheet that Nate, our engineer, has put together for it. I think Joel and I are both okay with what it has in there. I mean, it's pretty basic. It's, if we don't do this, we don't have water, so we don't have much of a choice in the matter.
and this is WTF is water treatment facility for anyone who's not familiar with that one.
It's a WTP, a water treatment plant.
Sorry. I'm used to seeing it as WTF.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm,
Always more.
well, so the public information meeting is Monday, November 3rd at 6 p.m. in the town hall. And then Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. is Australian ballot voting.
Correct.
So the water board will be at that meeting, along with other key players, right?
Yes, we'll all be there. The engineer will be there at the information meeting. He's coming to present. So, and answer questions. I mean, I think that's the bigger thing, is to answer questions when people have them about what is the project, why are we doing it? And we do know that it's 9.6 million is what we have to bond for, because we have to bond for the total cost of the project. Any grants we get will come off of that, but we can't apply for the grant unless we can say that we can actually do the project, which means we have to bond for the whole thing. So that's why we're bounding for 9.6. I expect that we will end up somewhere in about the 50% range grant wise. That's about what it usually comes out to. We only got 42% on wastewater, which means I think we'll get closer to 50 on water from USDA for an offer. So, but
Is this government, Mike, is this government shutdown gonna kind of throw the balance off on this? With this
water treatment, it shouldn't affect. Wastewater right now, it's not affecting because we haven't accessed our USDA money yet on that project. So the state is pushing through our reimbursements on wastewater treatment, hopefully, because we're waiting. We've got $2 million outstanding right now that we're waiting for reimbursements on. And then the other part of that is NBRC, which is funded differently. They're a federal agency, but they're not funded the same way. So they're actually still working and processing paperwork. So that one should still move along. USDA is not working. We've all gotten replies from our person at USDA that she is off and has no access to her emails. So
they shut their emails right off. They shut down anyone who's not deemed absolutely essential is not allowed to work.
Okay.
So that's
any
great.
Questions on there?
You guys okay? Do you guys have any questions? Are you okay? You have anything you want changed in the water bond vote info? Because if not, I'll tell Nate it's good to go, and then
I'm good with that.
Yep. Like I said, we gotta have water. There's nothing.
I have water.
I know it's not a glamorous project, and it's like, somebody asked me, "Well, do you think it's going to pass?" I'm like, "Well, I don't think we have much choice. If it doesn't, we won't have anything to drink anymore."
So are we good with that one? We're ready to move on. We have the burn policy review. Bill, have you made any progress on that?
I haven't, no. We'll be in the next couple, 3 weeks.
Perfect. We just leave it on there so we don't lose track of it.
Did you go to
Um,
the meeting? The fire and the,
I'm gonna go to one of the meetings, yeah.
oh, okay. I thought you were going to the other one. No big deal.
I was gonna go this last time, but
Had conflict.
Okay.
well, my sidekick has been out sick, so I've been trying to,
Your psychic?
yeah,
Sidekick.
Tony Maury, that helps me run the,
Oh,
Sure.
psychic.
I need a
Your
sidekick.
I thought you said the psychic.
Psychic. yeah.
Your psychic.
I thought that's what he said.
I do need a sidekick too.
Tell you not to go?
One to tell me the lottery numbers, please. Okay, so personnel policy section review, I think what I'm gonna do, if you guys are okay with that, is sit down with the whole darn thing, sit down with Mike, sit down with our staff, take their input on the sections, and then give you guys the completed packet, which we can review and as a whole and go through the changes and see if we want to adopt that. We good with that?
Yep.
Yes,
Perfect.
okay.
We're gonna go ahead with that. Now we're gonna go up here to the top
Okay.
before you start asking me. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead with the ball field discussion. I'm sure you guys saw the number of emails regarding the situation at the ball field, and in your packets involve the information regarding fixing
Right, the
the
fix is about $83 is what it's gonna cost to fix the damage that was done. Jean actually ordered the siding because she speaks French, so I had I had her order it instead of me, but
I ordered five, I think,
right,
just in case. Yeah.
yeah, we have a few extra pieces in the event that we have to, because it's a discontinued siding in the US.
Right.
You can't get it here, so since I'm going to go across the border to pick it up and have to deal with whatever the border entails now when you want to bring something home, we went ahead and ordered a few extra pieces, so it's $100. It's minor. It's a very minor
Yeah.
expense, and
Yeah.
as far as I know, it's the first claim we've ever had off the ball field. So, it's been there for at least 75 years. So I don't know that I would recommend spending a ton of money to put up something there. I mean, I think there are options. Because I know that what we were looking at before was very expensive. We were talking, somewhere
4 or
in
5 grand.
No, it was
11 grand.
20. It was
11
20.
grand.
Well, that's,
Yeah,
I
11
just
to 20.
I just recall that when I looked in, that's what they wanted for netting, but
Just
Yeah.
the netting, not including the
say
insulation.
birds and.
poles
yeah,
and-
that's
Right.
okay.
And so
So-
I could, and I think I don't remember I think he sent it all you guys as well.
Yeah.
Bruce had come up with an idea using flag poles and a netting and this, that, and the other, which was $1,300 to do that. My concern with it is it's staff dependent again. We add
Mhm.
more staff time to take care of this net, put it up, take it down. It gets a hole in it. Who's fixing it? How much are we going to spend to fix it all the time? I'm just kind of for a $75 or even $100 fix. It just seems like overkill for what our real threat is here.
Mhm.
And so then I have looked at planting, because there used to be trees along that side of the property, which is probably why this was not an issue before. Because the trees probably stopped any of the balls from really getting through, because it was similar to the trees I'm proposing. But they've been taken down. So that's why the balls just sail right through now. What I'm looking at is the green giant arborvitaes. They grow big, they grow fast, they grow 4 to 5 feet a year. And they have a maximum height of 20 to 40 feet. So they should be plenty tall enough to actually be able to block a ball that's coming through. And so you've got a pack, it's a whole list of stuff from this tree farm in Eden. And we don't have to get them from here. This is just one I found online. I was looking for something local that had pricing. And so they're
So-
offering trees in that range for like $45 a tree. And we would need, I think, about 12 of them. Her property line is 163 feet. And so these grow somewhere in the 15 to 20 foot width wise. So
my question is would we only put it along her property line, or would we continue it out the whole length of the baseline at least?
I don't know. I mean, we haven't had complaints from anybody else.
I wish
And
that was
so-
just her property line.
I mean, she has the biggest property line there along on the field, and I guess we can kind of, see if it works. And if that's something, I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to do that. I will pursue whatever option you guys want to choose.
So what does
Even if it's no option, you don't have to choose anything. That's completely up to you guys, and I will follow through. I don't have a real love for any of them, so
so if the ball only hits the house, right? It's the house?
it hit the
Garage.
garage.
It hits the garage.
It hit
Is
the
it always the
garage.
garage?
Pretty much, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
Last two
I
times.
That's the one
actually
that
would
said
think it would hit
supposed-
I would actually think it would hit the house more than it hits the garage. Only because the house is closer to the property line than the garage is, but
There's also angles, but I guess she did have
Yeah.
one king off a propane tank as well. So I think probably get the whole price for putting it in the whole 9 yards for.
Hey,
the-
can I
the-
say something about this too? It hits a lot more than just our house. It hits the garage, it hits the shed, it hit our propane tank the other day. It would have hit our truck if the propane tank didn't get hit. So something needs to be done.
Well, that's what we were just discussing, I think.
No, you guys
Yeah.
are gonna put it between a board or whatnot, and we've been
What?
dealing with this for years.
Yeah, I literally just said that one bounced off your propane tank. And I was proceeding to discuss the fact that we want to go ahead and proceed with getting the quote for installing the entire hedgerow.
Okay, so how many years is that gonna take to have a tree protect us?
Well, these
it'll
grow
be-
trees.
it'll be within a couple years, they'll be 15 to 20 feet tall. So it
Okay,
won't
so
take
what do
long.
we do in the meantime? How are you gonna
Same thing we
protect
just
us
did.
and you're
Deal
gonna
with our
protect
Same thing we just
our
did.
pets.
If something gets hit, something gets damaged, it just goes to the insurance company if need be. I mean,
Okay,
that's
so you
just kinda
guys,
how
you guys are gonna pay our medical bills if we get hit or our animals?
it goes to the insurance company. That's not, that is how it
That's
works,
That's pretty sad that you guys would rather be reactive than fixing a problem.
I'm sorry, but the $20,000 cost that the town can't absorb that for the ball field. It's not used that.
So you
frequently.
guys can absorb the cost for other things, but not to protect people?
It's the thing is your property has always been across that ball field, and in 75 years, this is the first
We
time.
haven't lived here in 75 years. The
Oh.
time that
other
we've
people-
lived here, we've had the same issue, but the problem is we weren't around because we were trucking, so we didn't know exactly that people were coming up onto our property and taking stuff. So yeah,
But
the house could
our-
have been hit a lot sooner, but we weren't here.
So, but people lived in the home before you, and this is the first claim we've had since the ball field was there. And the ball field was there a lot longer than the house,
I can't
probably.
tell you what the people before us did. They probably didn't
But-
give a shit about their house. We
But
do.
either way, we can only look at what we have for facts, which is we've had one claim since the ball field has been there. So we are going to address it based off the information that we have, which putting in the hedgerow is addressing it.
We've had 2 times that we've had it, and multiple times stuff has hit the house. We've just been lucky that it only broke something once or twice.
We had one
We're taking
claim.
care of that. We're fixing it.
We had
And we're
2, one
taking-
against the shed and one against the house. But we fixed the house because we took that one. We only claimed the shed. Because the
Right,
one
we're
against the
fixing that.
house
Which is
was
the only
small.
one that we can say that we've had a claim against the town is the one that we're paying for now. So that is the claim that is saying, okay, we have to address this. And our
Yeah,
choice
but
to address is with
Noah
the
came up
hedge.
and knew that there was damage to our house.
I believe, I'm gonna ask the board, are you okay with Mike proceeding with, getting the full quote for the hedgerow installation?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes.
So
Why
Mike, we're
can't
gonna
we
give
just
you,
do flagpoles and netting for now until you guys get
Because-
these
because
trees
we-
growing big enough?
looking at the cost of installing and removing the netting and doing that, I believe, and we'll take a vote on if you would like, and we'll take a motion to put in the flagpoles. We need to revote. Is anyone interested in pursuing that?
I don't know,
Of
because
course
it's just
they're
very
not,
temporary.
because it ain't their shit. Now, if
We-
it was
okay.
your guys' house, you guys would be
this-
doing
So
something.
we're not gonna be sworn at on these meetings.
Okay,
that's
well, you
not-
guys
decided-
aren't doing anything, because if it was your house, you would protect it. So I guess we get to go around and just throw balls at
Yes,
people's
and
houses?
If it was my house, I would choose to protect my assets by installing something myself. You are asking the town to do this. We are deciding to go the
Because
route
it's the
of
town field that should have been used at the school.
so this is a town ball field that has been there for a number of years. It was there prior to you purchasing the home. So you probably purchased the home knowing that. So we are gonna move ahead with having town manager proceed through the process of looking at the installation of the cedar hedgerow. And that is the way we are choosing as a board to address this issue.
Okay, so when does that happen? Next spring?
They-
We are getting
they-
this quote today and we'll
Right.
proceed as time allows.
Right.
We don't know
Right,
what
I
their
don't- I
life.
don't
Winter is
anticipate-
knocking on our door and you can't put a tree in the middle of the winter.
I don't
Okay.
anticipate we will put a tree in until the spring because I wouldn't want to put one in that's going to die over the winter time, when it gets frozen before it's established in the ground. But first thing in the spring, they would get installed.
What?
They don't play baseball in the winter time, so it's not like it's going to affect your property in the winter time.
They're up here every night anyway, so what are you gonna do between now and then?
Let the insurance
Right
company.
now, it's the insurance company. That is the route we are going. That is the method we are going with. As a board, we've decided that. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this conversation, move on to the next item on our agenda. Which is FEMA
You guys
updates.
don't do nothing. You don't care.
It's not
So-
that nobody doesn't care. The town took care of the damage that happened, and the town will take care of putting in the trees and getting a barrier put up. It's just not going to happen as quickly as you would like. And I'm sorry, that's just kind of how town works. We are a town with a limited budget. So. Okay.
Going ahead to the FEMA updates.
So FEMA, we got some good news for a change. We're actually got a little over $102,000 has been, I signed the paperwork today that we're getting reimbursed out of the first flood of last July. So at least some money is supposed to be dislodged. So not 400,000, but it's at least a quarter of it.
So when that comes in, that gets put back onto that
Back.
credit line that we have.
Yes, that gets
And
paid
pays
back
that
on the
down.
line of credit.
Perfect.
And there is another like 30,000 of that the majority of that should get reimbursed, but that comes from the state, and I don't know what the state's timeline is on that because we never got the additional money back on the December of 23 one yet from the state. So I don't know where that's at. And just an FYI, when it comes to the bridge, when people ask about the bridge, it is not because FEMA's not providing money that we aren't doing the bridge. We are waiting on the engineering for the bridge. We only had one bidder for the engineering for that bridge. FEMA authorized the money for us to hire somebody. There's no capacity in the Northeast Kingdom with engineers. So he started literally probably this week on the engineering for that bridge. We contracted with him in June. But he told me in June at that point that he was booked all summer with construction projects. So that it would
And
not
that
start until this fall.
FEMA money still there, Mike?
That FEMA money is there. Yes, that FEMA money is that's already been authorized, so it's ours to use.
Once
for
it's been
engineering.
allocated, it
Okay.
stays.
No time limit on
And-
it or?
And the actually the money that we just got approved, the $100 and some odd $1,000. The state already has that money because we're a sub recipient underneath the state on that.
Okay.
So that money that's why we're actually getting movement on it, because the state actually is controlling that money at this point, not FEMA.
Good news.
Yes, we
Okay.
like good news.
And then we have the unassigned fund balance accounts, which I believe is starting with this section of your packet.
Your
The new
ginormous
municipal
pieces of paper.
financing.
One we can
Fire
use.
away, Mike.
Your ginormous pieces of paper.
Yeah, that was an oops.
So this came up at, I was at Town Fair last week and at the Vermont Town Managers Association meeting, and this came up that the state had actually changed the laws on this. So when we get to the end of the year, if we've underspent the budget, the town is actually allowed to create kind of a reserve fund, and it allows us to move those excess funds instead of just letting them disappear and mess with the tax rate the following year. We can actually set them aside in a reserve account to help even out. So the taxes don't do this weird wonky number all the time. They kind of stay fairly consistent all the way through. And so my recommendation for the town, because we're going to be underspent on the road department this year. I know we are, because we didn't have staff for the first 4 months of the year. So what I would like to see is that we actually create 2 of those funds, one for roads and one for the general budget, if we're going to end up underspent on the general budget. I don't know where we are with that yet until we get closer to the end of the year. But it's something Teresa and I would have to set up. And I just need to make sure you guys are okay with it. I'll have to come back probably at the next meeting. You'll have to make a motion to authorize us to open those accounts so that they're there. But I wanted to open it up that if you guys had questions on that, thoughts, whatever.
Well, I think I recall responding to you about that, Mike, and I think it was a very, very wise thing to think about and do, as my objective is to try and save some money. So it sounds great for me. I love it.
To finally see an option for us to set aside money.
Yeah, I guess it's the first time certain towns were able to do this all along because their charter allowed it, but we don't have a separate charter. We're underneath state statute. So we weren't allowed to do that. We are now. So
And that allows us to
They
build
actually-
those
right.
backup funds.
Yeah, it kind of builds a rainy day fund where, basically, okay, we did really well this year. We didn't spend a lot. So, we have the money for next year when some big project comes along, we can do it. We've always kind of done a little bit of that, but they're always very specific. That's why we have so many accounts in our annual report. The paving account, the sidewalk account. Okay, well, that's
But you
because
can't
you can't do $10,000 worth of paving. It doesn't do anything.
and you can't move the money from one to the other because having a general, it just makes it so that you can put it where you need it in that rainy day.
Right.
So you would put all those funds into one? Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
I would probably keep what we've got now for those
Okay.
kinds of reserve accounts. But like there's years where we're underspent on other things, where, like with roads this year, we didn't do many big projects because, Nick was new. And so we did a few and we got reimbursed for a lot of them that were done. So that gives us some extra money. Okay, well, next year, maybe we need to do a bigger road project. If that money is sitting there, we can do that without, having to go borrow money or, beg, borrow, and steal from someplace else.
The only comment I would have is that if we have excess money left now, it becomes cash on hand and goes towards the next year's budget, keeping the tax rate down by that much. So just keeping that in mind. Other than that, this is a great idea.
I think I'd rather see stable over long term than up, down, up, down, up, down, especially for those people who are receiving funds based off their prior year. That's just I'd rather stability.
been
There's a
nice
lot
had
to be
we
said
had-
about stability.
It would have been nice had we had this option back when the year of COVID, because that's kind of what has messed with the town's tax rate for years now, because it carried forward. Because we didn't know if people were going to be able to pay their taxes, everything was shut down. So we, as a select board, had way underspent the budget because we didn't do anything that year. And
Right.
instead of being able to like set that money aside so that we could do all those projects the following year, it just artificially lowered the tax rate the next year. And so what happened then is, okay, people go, well, now you can't go up because, well, this is what your tax rate is. So we've never actually recovered from that because we had like a 70 or 80 cents difference in the tax rate the following year because we were so underspent on the budget. And so you try to go back up to that level, people don't, they're like, nope, doesn't work. You can't do that. And
Even though that's where we were at before.
right. I mean, our tax rate would be considerably higher than what it is. And we wouldn't always be so stretched for funding. Had the tax rate stayed on track, because we tend not to go up a whole lot every year. But when you take a 70-cent cut and then you can't go back up 70 cents,
Yeah.
it hurts.
So Mike, with this all being said, am I understanding your next select board meeting, you'll have some answers for us? You're gonna get with Teresa to gather the information, how we're gonna start this fund, this general.
Right. It'll be probably December before, because we won't know until closer to the end of the year when all the grant money gets shaken out. I mean, that's what we're getting ready to start on, is to go through that, see what came in, what's there, where are we going to be at the end of the year? Are we overspent, underspent? I'm fairly certain both general fund and roads will be underspent this year. At least from what I've seen for budget numbers so far that have come out, what we went over last meeting, we look like we're underspent this year.
Good news again. That's good.
Okay. Everybody all set on that? Ready to move on to the cemetery request?
So I got an email this afternoon from the cemetery commissioners where they want to contract for some work to be done on the stones and stuff. There's nothing in your packet because I just got it this afternoon. Oh, I didn't know if that's what you were looking for.
No.
And so it's $20,000 that they want to pull out of their reserves, which is out of their trust account. And so what I kind of discovered, what I was thinking about this afternoon, though, is the two people that are acting as cemetery commissioners, I don't think you guys have actually appointed. We only have one cemetery commissioner and she's incapacitated. And I think these other two people are helping out, which is great and fine, but they really can't authorize pulling money out of the reserves. And so I've thought, I'm not sure where we are. And I don't know that the project that they're doing is really fully defined.
Yeah.
But what I've got, or at least the message I got from John, and I've emailed him back, but I haven't heard back, is that in order for them to pull money out of that trust account without a penalty, it has to be done during the month of October. So what I'm going to suggest is that, you guys make a motion to authorize me, once there's a fully baked project, to arrange to have those funds transferred out of the trust account if needed to meet that October deadline. It's not going to be done till next spring, so it's not like we're in an immediate need of spending it anyway. But if it has to be done in October, somebody has to be able to do that. And I don't think the cemetery commissioners have the authority to do it because they're not appointed cemetery commissioners. So you guys would have to authorize me to do that paperwork, at least in the short term.
Do they also want to be appointed as commissioners officially?
I need to ask them if they want to be. That's the thing, is, neither one of them have come to the select board and said, please appoint me. And so, I mean, they're helping out because our one cemetery commissioner is incapacitated and can't do it. And so stuff comes up all the time. And John was a cemetery commissioner, so he's just been helping out. And so, I mean, I'm glad that they're doing the work, but they're not really legally authorized to do anything with the money, I don't think.
Okay, so we need a motion to authorize Mike to,
I'll make a motion to
Okay.
authorize Mike to take funds out of the cemetery fund by the end of October.
if needed.
for the project, if needed for the project.
And a second.
I'll second it.
That sound good, Joel? Will that work?
I'd just like to comment that this is a grave situation.
We gotta sleep last night.
Yeah.
Someone's on top of it. Anywho, so now we got a first and a second. We can, who's all in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so Mike, you're gonna go ahead and do that. Thank you very much. Next on the agenda are the pay orders, and I just hand those to Jean. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Do we need the executive session today?
No.
Okay, I forgot to update the agenda by tabling that, so we're gonna do that. Currently, right now.
Yeah, we don't need one. We got nothing to talk about. Well, we could talk, but there's nothing that's executive session worthy.
Who are the cemetery commission? You know,
Right
John.
now it's Carmen.
Don? And who?
Carmen Murray's the only one on there right
Sorry.
now. Because John did not run for
John.
re-election.
But John Manning, he's helping, right? Is that
He's
what-
the other
helping. He
helper.
was,
Yeah.
he used to be a cemetery commissioner. He just didn't run for re-election.
Who's the other helper?
Julia Lemire.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know that anybody ever thought, oh, they need to come and actually be appointed to the cemetery commission if they're going to serve in those functions. So, because
We
I don't
also
remember you guys ever
want to-
doing that at a meeting.
We'll also want to give them one of those lovely little forms so that they can get elected on, get their name on the ballot for
Oh, a
March, because that
petition.
deadline is like closer than we all think it is.
Yeah, it's coming up fast.
And for those guys that are back up for election and considering it.
Yeah, that's me.
So the
You
other
have
thing
to
is,
die to get off the board, Gene. You
What's that?
have to die to get off the board. Or you have to become town manager. There you go. That's the only way you get off board. Sometimes
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
having-
forever because of that.
I'm having a blonde moment here. The minutes, I'm pretty sure I saw them in my email, but I don't think I see a printed copy of them.
Oh, we ran out of
She
paper.
probably didn't think about it because she was in pain. this
She was on a
afternoon.
run out. Let me see if I can yank those up here.
Well, did everybody read them?
I read.
Did everybody read them?
Yeah, I have, yeah. 17th, right?
It's the 15th. They're from the
There's-
first.
They were from the first.
Oh. What the hell is this year?
Like 17th. I don't know the last time we had a meeting on the 17th. Last month? Yeah, last month we met on
Oh,
the
'cause
17th.
it's October.
Yeah, we're at the second meeting in October because October 1st.
Okay, that's what I'm missing, because I'm looking at here, it says September 17th, I got it right here, I'm like, what the hell, I'm missing one.
That's the last one. They were in.
Excuse me, another senior moment. Have a lot of them lately.
And pausing.
Now I think I'm almost done, but. Just come on, girls.
You're just being mean now. Well. No. God. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you guys.
So I guess I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
And a second,
Second.
all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And we got,
That it for pay orders?
yeah, not paying any bills this month.
yeah, we've decided to save money by not paying bills.
Yeah.
I guess I can ask you guys for a vote, and since two of you are water commissioners, you can vote too. I already talked to H2O. So the wastewater treatment facility building, we're down between two colors, forest green and colonial red.
Green.
Forest
Red.
green, please.
Red.
I'm liking, oh, it's green.
Green, it'll
I
blend
say-
better.
Green,
We won't-
me too.
I don't know what so the comment I got from Zach was red will look really nice in the fall and green will look good in the summer. So take your pick.
I'm going with red.
You're going with red now?
I never said green.
Oh, I thought you did. Oh,
I
boy.
would go with red too.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, this gonna be interesting. So you want green, I want green, Bruce, there you go.
They're gonna pick up, what are we discussing?
The color of the building.
Red or green?
Is it red? It's not, is it red?
It's probably like
It's
fire
colonial
engine.
red. It's like
Colonial bread, yes. Like,
right. It's a
yes,
darker
like a-
kind of bricky
right.
kind of red.
That's right.
It's
Oh,
a
it's a
steel buil-
bricky red.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's not bright
glows it.
red.
Can we see samples of the colors, please?
It's
Hold
a
on,
steel,
hold on.
remember, it's a steel building. It's
Yeah.
not like siding or anything.
And it glows at night.
Green?
red.
We have a choice of
No,
green or red.
it's,
Green like your sweater?
Forest.
no,
I don't know.
no, it's more
forest
like
green
a
and
dark,
colonial
it's
red.
like a green, like those books probably.
Yeah, a little
And the red would be, I want to say,
flag.
no, not that red.
I'm like, is it fire engine red? Is it?
It's like a
candy
brick.
red?
Hold
red
on, I'm
brick.
trying to find it here. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, boy,
Ah, here
Bruce.
we go.
What's the consensus so far, Bill?
Two red and two blue. Two green.
Samples. Right now, it looks like we're split on green and red.
Yeah. How about blue?
No.
On option.
They
Bill.
didn't like the blue.
Safety yellow.
So it has to be one of the circled ones on the right-hand side of your screen, probably.
Oh, I don't even
Oh,
like
that-
that green. That's terrible.
Green is hideous. That
Yeah.
is not a forest
Yeah.
green.
No, definitely not
I
that
I
green.
like the blue-gray color better than the red or the green. But the red is better than the green. I think, which one's the green?
It's one
The
circle.
one in the red circle with the red circle around it. It says forest green.
Forest green, yeah, that.
That doesn't look like the green I want.
Yeah,
I-
it was
I like-
on a bigger.
I like the other one next to it better, but I think the red's better.
I do too.
Uh-oh.
They all look the same to me, so I'm good.
I'll hold them in green and let you folks make the decision. It's fine with me, whatever you do.
Color's that?
I kind of like the red only because it's different. Everything in Vermont is green. And I was like, you know what? We've had enough green
Is
buildings.
that a choice?
Red.
No,
Yeah.
apparently it was a choice, but then somebody else eliminated it. Somebody else
But the
said we need
people
to
who
go
actually have
red
to
or green.
work down there, we gave them first choice. But then they gave me two options and they wouldn't pick the final one.
I like the brown one beside the circled red one.
No,
Just cut all
Joel,
them
why
sheets
don't
up,
you
we'll-
talk to them about brown?
we'll pick one out of a jug.
you don't want brown.
It's brown, right?
That's just, no, you don't. That's just, well,
No.
let's go with red.
It's
Yeah.
a sewer treatment plant, so brown is probably an
I like
appropriate
red.
color.
Yeah,
I like red.
Bill likes red, I'll
Oh,
go.
you're following
Go
that to
with
that,
red.
Joel.
red,
Red it is.
red it is.
Of course, Zach wanted the wood grain one. He goes, "What do you mean I can't have the wood grain one?" I said, "You can't afford it."
I do like the idea of the wastewater treatment facility being brown and the water treatment facility being blue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
don't
I
remind us.
just need
of
to get
there.
those and then we can do the other. Is that falling under other business, Mike?
Yeah,
What's
that's
that?
I was, just, it was.
Okay. So that was
You
color.
you
So we're
guys should
going
be
with red.
participating. These are the fun things we have to decide all day.
Do we have any other business?
So stressful, huh, Bill?
Stressful.
Argue over a couple of colors, huh?
Yeah, but an executive over
I'd
this.
be surprised at how long it takes people to pick out color.
Oh my God, I know. Well, they are moving forward. We just still don't have a final price for the change the foundation on the wastewater treatment building, but it is supposed to be less than the 600,000 we had originally priced. So and they've been pouring concrete and they're starting on the building.
Nice.
Here. Oh, they installed
It's not
That-
propane, is it?
I didn't say, it must be.
This,
What is
this,
The hot
Like-
hot water heater, is that heat pump, electric? Is
Yes,
that
yes, it's electric.
not-
that's what we did for town hall,
Yes,
There's one in the town basement, yep.
the
yes.
big
And
old one.
That should have, did she pay Bucky? Probably his invoice came in for that. I don't know if Gray's Electric ever came in for that yet. I need it because that's reimbursed 100%.
It might be.
And then we got a state rebate of $600.
Correct.
Yep.
Right, and the rest of it's will be paid for. I just have to have the canceled checks for that, and I have to get the one from because the electrician had to come in and put in a new line for it.
Wow, that was an expensive ad. Ads in the paper are not cheap anymore, are they?
Which one is it for the bond vote?
Yep.
Guess what? There's 2 more of those coming. We have to run it 3 times. And I tried to make it smaller and she crabbed at me that the type was too small. I'm like, you just want a bigger ad. That's all you're after.
Everybody's got,
$100 a day, that's an awfully expensive ad.
$100? Oh, that was pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's cheap.
That's cheap. I thought it was gonna be like
Yeah.
300 or 400.
I'm cheap. I'm like, give me $10.
There's
Hello,
room
how
for
much does
nothing but
ads are that we
$10
run
to-
for the events in town?
Oh, I know. Okay, so any other business that we need to discuss?
Did we ever hear anything about those people who wanted to put that monument in our park?
I have not received an email back.
They have
from
nothing
them.
back from them.
I did email them, and I haven't received anything back, so I'm gonna double check, see if there's a telephone number. If there is, I will call them.
Thank you. That's it for me.
Any other business? Okay, that brings us to the final item, which is adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Well, don't waste any time on that one. Edison,
I'll second.
all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you, guys.
yeah.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
all.
Night.